guys? Happy Friday to you. Friday. All right, so let's take a quick look at crude. How we shook out yesterday, our thoughts around that. So, as we know, coming into this session, we were bearish. We were looking for kind of this, what was going to happen around this 67.60 green line here. We did start to get below that, so we looked to fade that area. Our target that we talked about while we were still live on the webcast was into this 67.20s zone where we drew this circle. Market ended up coming down, tagging into that zone a bit later, and then we were able to remount 67.60. And as you know from several days ago, whenever, let's see, right here. So on May 1st, we talked about being mostly overall bearish below 68.60. And so if we come back yesterday, boom, up into the close, right back into that key zone there. So really, really nailed it from a market profile perspective and key areas, edges of value, all that good stuff yesterday. Overnight, continued to kind of press up into the zone. Took a little attempt at a dip lower, which brings us into right here and now, which is finding support. Resistance turned support, 68.60. That's our key line in the sand for today. "48 seconds until the pit session open. No, the mustache is gone. I got rid of it yesterday. It fell off, or as Bruce Bowman calls it, the old cookie duster. That was the highlight of my day yesterday. The cookie duster comment. We are very, very honored this morning. Dr. Steenbarger wrote a blog post about my blog post. Unbelievable. And as usual, he's much more eloquent and concise and everything than I ever could be. That's great. That's why we keep him around. Could go with an opening drive here. All right, did it. We are long. Needs to work pretty effortlessly, this type of entry. Color. Help? No. Yeah, I saw some sellers start to come in here. Bit of a battle. There's the buyers. Look to take some profits up into 82 area. Got our overnight high 92. Well, we did not get 82. We got 81. Probably going to scratch this. Yep, went ahead and stood aside. Didn't really lose anything, just kind of scratch it out. And there you see it take out those lows. Key lesson that comes to mind here is differentiating. And again, to talk about Bruce and our Slack room here and the conversations that we've had through the months that come to mind over the past couple months here is really differentiating overall trade idea, contextually driven trade idea, structurally driven trade idea versus attempts at entries and reading order flow within that context. Very good scratch out. All right, so back into our line in the sand here. Strong buyers come in right off that 68.60. They were absorbed, but they really started buying right there. Passive seller, the stronger participant though. Continue to get a feel for this potential swing low into VWAP here. Stalking entry. Would love to see some sellers press right here and get absorbed. Create a little future energy for my trade. If what I just said doesn't make perfect sense to you, reach out later, ask. Sellers have to be getting antsy right here. All right, just got long. Let's get our arrow. Big boy risk reward. Great movement right after entry. I mean, if we could talk about a really key skill set, it would be just being able to identify at the hard right edge of the chart, tops and bottoms essentially. We don't know if it's going to be the ultimate top and bottom, but micro, short-term tops and bottoms on your lower time frame. It's something we're going to be doing a 2-week boot camp on coming up soon. I don't have any details for you other than you're going to learn how to pick tops and bottoms of your lower time frame. All right, so we don't like to see this. It's more of just kind of a drift down rather than strong aggression. Still seeing a passive seller active in this market. If buyers start to puke, then I will puke. Only 20 contracts were able to trade into the grand sum of the both touches, 2 touches into VWAP. Oh, by the way, guys, for those of you that we were having the conversation around the keyboard and the gaming type of stuff, check it out. We got the new keyboard rocking. I'm absolutely loving it. And we just got stopped on the trade. There came the puke. All right, so perhaps another day here of where our main contextual line in the sand ultimately gets violated, and ultimately, nope, hang on. Hang on. Getting squirrely. To finish my sentence there, where our main line in the sand gets violated and ultimately provides fantastic opportunity to go with that failure. I am not at that point yet. In fact, I'm continuing to consider long opportunity. But we will maintain the flexibility. For my guys, they know what the key word is that leads to the shifting, and that word is acceptance. So this market's, we have yesterday's high at 60 cents, which is it just happens to line up, not randomly, but that's a different story entirely. Lines up with our line in the sand from 3 days ago. And what we're seeing here is an attempt from sellers to hold us back inside for yesterday's range. And that's what this battle is all about. if we were to discuss crude at a higher time frame level, let's say daily bars, I mean, is that a bullish chart or is that a bullish chart? Yikes. It's formed. If we look at the pattern, and sorry I can't, I mean, I guess I could, but it takes a lot of effort here to change which screen I share and different things, but I'm sure all of you can look at a daily bar chart. And if you look at, let's just call it 2018 forward, January 1st till today, it's a big ascending wedge up into that 66th level. We broke above that on April 11th. We retested that and confirmed it on April 17th. And now we're forming a big bull flag holding above the ascending wedge breakout level. That's the big picture view. It really has no bearing on intraday trades that we take. That has nothing to do with the two longs that I took today. But just I like to update you guys on that. Some of you are swing traders. I certainly look for those opportunities, but majority of my focus is intraday. All right, so we did get the hold from underneath yesterday's high. Lesson number 3 today. And if somebody would please jot down what each of these lessons have been, what 1 and 2 were, and now please in the chat, here's going to be lesson 3. If we took a quick poll of the room, in fact, let's poll the room. Poll has been posted in the crude oil room. All right, so 90% say easy. North of 90% now. So the key lesson. All right, a couple more coming in with moderate. All right. So the key lesson there is the spots. And guys, I'm not trying to fluff my ego here. I'm trying to teach a lesson and help you think about something that you could improve about your trading to make it easier for your days to end up profitable. And that lesson is short-term order flow skills to pick very precise spots, coupled with short-term order flow skills to be able to see when something's wrong, it's not working, it's not looking like it should. And I can tell you that today we are down nowhere near, 1R on a trade, because we have not experienced that. couple ticks of losses total for the 2 trades that didn't work out. You put together one trade where you get a decent scale and then stop out of the rest, and the day might be green. Very, very easy to overcome that type of losses and overhead, if you will. You really do want to think of losses as almost like an overhead to your business. It's a natural part of doing business, and it's something that affects your bottom line. Still, I continue to not be impressed today with the selling we're seeing. I know that we're currently under 60 cents, line in the sand. Let's check our volume. Almost average, slightly below average. No big story there. But the sellers are not impressive. $68.20 to $30. My group mentoring, one of them, the one that started at the start of April, I just go over and check that room because I see I have a notification. 57 new messages in there. These guys are unbelievable. They're the best group of people that I've mentored in terms of the way they are working together and using each other to grow. They're taking the concepts that I teach, they're embracing everything, focusing on specific improvements each week, and but really the way that they are using each other to grow, not necessarily just saying, Merritt, please tell me this or that. Obviously they reach out when they can't kind of figure it out amongst themselves, but man, I don't know how to replicate what they're doing, but I'm gonna try from now on. Is this showing weakness of sellers within this consolidation? Positive. Now, I do have a secondary theme today. It's based on different data points. It presents a little bit of dissonance between the main hypo and line in the sand today, but I do have I'm not even sure what this is. I'm going to delete this. But it was this. Maybe it's the same thing. It has the same upper end here. I do have quality support somewhere between, let's say, 36 and 25. So I know that's a problem. It's always a problem when you have a main line in the sand and you also start saying, well, maybe I could actually buy it below here, even though this has been taken out. You absolutely, this is why I hate to kind of bring it up. You want to be very, very careful with that type of stuff. The only way, when presented with something like this, where you could, in my mind, acceptably get long from here, say, would be we trade down into here, and let's say we're looking for the bounce to here. What you would have to have, what is, I forget my hotkey. Yeah, Alt-1. You would have to have something like risk, entry, reward make a whole lot of sense. You have to, and you see this is over 3.5 to 1 on that idea from there. But if the risk reward doesn't make sense, you gotta pass on that type of trade. So I'm seeing that secondary type of potential. I'm also seeing a real problem with the sellers. The sellers are weak so far. Just pushed up into our RTH VWAP, which was what rejected us on this prior swing high. The buyers are so much stronger. Now we traded up to the opening print. A little bit of sellers show up. Now a lot of sellers show up. All right, just got into the long. Definitely saw more selling and stronger selling for the first time today, really, than we wanted to see from these highs. And here we go. But it's still, you know, our main thesis on the day. So absolutely going to take our trades. Feels like they still want to run some stops a little lower here below 52. Watching my RTH chart. Boom. $4.19. $4.19. Eli. Even though I've merged that. Matched. 419. 7, 16, 17. All right, we scratched out right there into 55. Looks like they're gonna, yep, looks like they're gonna do that. All right, just re-entered. Always like to identify the stop run against the thesis, let them do their thing, and then pounce. My internal alarm system is starting to go off that this is just about, even though we've been doing a really good job of timing these entries, we're down peanuts on the day. You know, if if this thing pops up to 70, I think I'm profitable on the day. It's very not a problem. But my internal alarms are starting to go off of, okay, fourth attempt kind of in this area. You got to admit when it's just being too choppy, not getting the follow through. So we're certainly gonna, after this entry here, if it doesn't go as the expectations are, definitely going to rein it in a little bit, wait a while, let something change. Price has been lower. CD was holding from about 8:30 a.m. Is that bullish? Price was drifting lower. CD was holding from 8:30. All right, got scaled and into that 72 area. RTH opening print was up there at 74. We had an order to get filled to front run that just a bit. And it looks like absorption becomes more natural order from the gap again. Sorry. Sorry, a little off topic here, but would appreciate the insight. How loud is this new keyboard when I type? Is it, do you guys really hear it? Is it very loud? I switched to this mic because I don't think it picks it up as much. All right, thanks guys. It's one of my favorite gifts of all time. I remember from earlier we were trying to get that 82 fill and we got checked up at 80 actually, I'm sorry. I mean surely we are late in the tooth here in this rotation. I mean we've rotated from 40s up to 80, so can't have tremendous expectations for immediate movement, but surely unless some hedger or somebody is doing something up there, 80-81 just does not look like it's going to be able to stand. So that's my next scale is planned to, when we do get the pop, if we get the pop through 81, I'm going to look to take some profits through there. Last month's high is up at 69.55. Last week's high is up at 69.38. All right, we got the scale into the pop, cleaning up that area. Really strong, looking strong here. Guys, that's going to be it for the webcast today. Going to continue to manage this core position long after getting these quality scales. Please, someone do me a favor and in the chat type out the 3 main lessons from the webcast today. Thank you, and have a wonderful weekend. I'm doing the brand new Futures Friday webinar this afternoon. Usually the old trading conversations is now Futures Friday, so we're going to be, it's only for us, pure futures talk the whole time. See you guys at 1:30 Eastern for that.